Hi everyone, I am back with Love Limit. This is me, Marie Blue Angel, and I'm so very excited to see how Egan and Blue get along on their third date, which, if we remember, is their last contractually obligated date, and we'll see how things fare after that. So without further ado, let's just get into it so we can see what these two are going to get up to. The house is completely silent as I step into the living room the following morning. It's a stark contrast to yesterday's hustle and bustle. Where is Egan? He's too boisterous for the house to be this silent if he's here. I find Lynn in the kitchen sipping coffee and typing away on her smartphone. Morning. She hums an acknowledgement and vacates her seat. Have a seat. Want some coffee? Yes, and a croissant too, please. Lynn brings my coffee over while my croissant heats up in the microwave. She sets jam, butter, and a knife before me. How are you feeling this morning? Better. I really needed rest. Well, I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. You're up a lot earlier this morning. This is usually when I'm up. That's what I meant. I've got a yummy croissant a minute later. I rip off a piece and stuff it into my mouth. It's delicious, yet pales in comparison to the puff pastries Egan made the other day. Seems comparing things to my experiences with him is already commonplace. Good thing I'm nipping this in the bud now. My sister settles back into her seat. She's texting someone. Thanks. You're welcome. I apply a thick layer of butter and grape jelly to my croissant, then chow down. It's a good, peaceful morning, especially as I've successfully killed my romantic feelings. Are you sure? Starting today, I won't get swept away. I won't even think of Egan unless it's relevant. Whatever we had brewing between us is nothing in the face of my emotional discipline. It's so quiet this morning compared to yesterday. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Orthonians. But Egan and I are meeting up today, aren't we? We have to. Now that I think about it, he's always sought me out first. I never had to look for him. The few times we separated, he basically ran right into me. Lynn sets her phone down and turns to me. So, the internet is wondering why you won't have a passionate fling with an alien prince. Any comments? A chunk of croissant catches in my throat. I scald my tongue on my coffee just to keep from choking. Is that any of their business? Considering you've saved the planet once, and Egan's still trending? Yeah, people are making a pretty penny off of it suddenly being their business. So, typical internet. Including you. Scout's honor, I've tried and failed. But you tried. That's the important bit there, and I believe Scouts have more integrity than that. Don't make that face. I really failed. The body cam you wore the other day collected absolutely nothing. I think the Electro What's-It Nabo mentioned yesterday fried my tech the second you stepped outside. I grabbed my sister's cheeks and stretched them. I thought you gave that up, but you tried it, huh? Don't pull. I told you it didn't work. Trying still counts for something. Attempted murder is a valid charge in court. Let go. I'm sorry. I release my sister. She rubs her reddened cheeks. Nothing's happened between Egan and I, and nothing's going to happen. Boo. I left you two alone together in the house all day, yet you kept it E for everyone? What was my sacrifice for? They don't have Wi-Fi on the mothership. Shame on you for thinking anything would happen in the first place. This won't do at all. I should have known the moment you walked in here looking like you've eaten an unripe lemon. What kind of a comparison is that? If I don't do something, I'll be a failure of a matchmaker. Good thing I have a plan G. Time to call in some favors. Huh? What did you say? What did you say? Question mark. That was not the right intonation, nor was that. I said, lucky for you. I have the perfect thing in mind for today. My sister flaunts a coupon. A group activity coupon. It sure is. An escape room, specifically. I texted Egan about it, so he'll be here with the others shortly. Our doorbell rings, and Lynn leaps out of her seat and sprints into the next room as if a package arrived. Brother-in-law, good morning. Good morning to you too, Lynn. Huh? Doesn't he usually greet her in return by calling her sister-in-law? What's going on? What am I thinking? I should be happy. They were both too shameless before. I wander into the entranceway and join them. This is going to be an interesting day. Geez, brother, you're teasing me as much as my sister is this morning. I don't mean to tease you. Egan's gaze meets mine. Following a polite smile, he gestures to Nabo and Andel. I brought them two as instructed. These two as instructed. We're ready to escape a room together. Will it be this one? If so, then I'll head back to the ship now. Come on, Andy. I wouldn't disappoint you like that. Andy? Just how close did those two get yesterday? Blush, blush, blush. I see you, Andel. He clears his throat and folds his arms. You have time to impress me yet. Lead the way. Lynn faces me and I jolt. She was the center of attention, but now it's me. We'll walk over to the location together once my sister's ready to go. I'm ready. Just let me grab my wallet. No need. We get in free with a coupon. What if we want to eat somewhere once we're done? I have Earthian currency if the need for it arises. That's okay. I wouldn't want you to pay for Lynn and I. One moment while I... Lynn loops her arm through mine and Egan's. I have sorted that out already, so let me worry about it. Let's go. Wait, Lynn. She skips out the door, dragging both of us along. Lynn has a plan. What, are you going to lock these two in the escape room together? Under the guise of it being an escape room, but it actually is, but it's also, not. Or it is, but, doubly purposed, By the time we make it downtown, Lynn slipped away from Egan and me. She's ahead of us, chatting with Andel and Nabo. They seem to be having a good time based on all the laughter and hand gesturing. I noticed it before, but your sister has an envious resonance with others. Andel and Nabo are unreasonably difficult to engage, yet she's managed it. It's one of her strengths. She's always been a social butterfly of the two of us. I'm the gloomier. You, gloomy. You've been exceptionally energetic with me. I've only been like this since you arrived. Don't be deceived. That makes me feel special, considering this is my first attempt at being romantically involved. You're too much of a natural for that to be true. Natural? At what? I wave up and down to indicate all of him. I'm familiar with that gesture. Please elaborate. You seem well-versed, is what I mean. Like you've dated before. Does sincerity translate as experience on Earth? Anyway, let's change topics. Did Lynn tell you anything about the escape room? She explained how it works. I've never done one, but I've seen a few videos on them. This is another first we'll share. A loud bike bell chimes behind us, but I hear it a moment too late. Egan tugs me out of the way as the biker zooms past us without stopping. Hey, it's illegal to ride on the sidewalk. What a jerk. They were quite rude. The least they could do is slow down when signaling they'd like to pass. Are you okay? Yeah, thanks to you. We're as close as we were on the couch last evening. Not Egan looking away. We have arrived. Sorry, I misread that. I step back hearing Lynn's announcement and head inside with the others. Okay, they're being so awkward. Okay, I love that for them and it's gonna be fine, but also, oh my god. As Lynn registers our group with our coupon, I wait with the others in the lobby. 10 minutes later, when we still haven't been transferred to a room, Andel joins Lynn at the front desk. 10 more minutes go by, then Nabo joins them. I glance at Lynn, but she and Andel are speaking with the front desk clerk. Nabo looms over all three of them. Seems like there's an issue. You think so too? Shall we go check on them? I nod and we join the rest of our group. Hey, what's going on? Has something happened? I thought I could sort it out, but looks like I can't. What's wrong? The two groups who booked ahead of your party have gone over their time limit. As they are of certain acclaim, our manager can't even end their session. What? Who is it? I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to say, due to guest confidentiality. How long will it be before it's our turn? I don't know, since they were filming their attempt too. But someone should step in to stop them if it's affecting other guests. I'm with you, miss. Unfortunately, I can't do anything more. My manager is already with them. And they're still having a tough time? What kind of guests from hell came here? Shall we come back in an hour? I suggested as much, but she couldn't promise they'd be done by that time either. Is there anything you can do about this? Well, we have two smaller experiences that are currently unoccupied. Then why don't we just take those? I'd be happy to let you in, but they have a capacity limit, 3 and 2 respectively. But we have a party of 5. The clerk nods. I understand your frustration, but that's the only solution I can suggest at the moment. Oh, I really wanted to do this. Gosh, what should we do? Must we remain a group for this activity? Why not break into 2 groups? I feel like this is all set up, but whatever. Can we really? It's either that or we wait in an undefined amount of time. Okay, then why don't we do that? Lynn and I can... Andy and Nabs, let's challenge a room together. Lynn links arms with Andel and Nabo while I'm speaking. not Andy, blushing again. Unlike my sister, I haven't had the chance to duel either of you. Nabo tugs his arm free of Lynn. Don't expect to win. And don't expect me to go down without a fight. Wait, escape rooms are collaborative. You or a trio can enter the 3rd door on the right. Thanks. Bye, sis. Hey, Lynn! She flees, only dust remains where she stood with Andel and Nabo. That little troublemaker. Egan chuckles beside me. I'm so sorry. It was supposed to be a group activity, but it looks like we're partners now, Egan. Seems we are. I'll speak to Lynn after this is done. I promise. And she'll be lucky if she has any hair on her head afterwards. Oh. Don't. There's no one I'd be happier trapped in a room with than you. There he goes again. He's so sweet. So you understand the purpose of an escape room is to escape. We can do that too after enough time has passed. You're teasing me, aren't you? If you notice, then reciprocate. Go on, I'm ready for it. I'm saving my brain power for the escape room, thank you. Your teasing must be incredibly sincere if you must think that deeply before responding. Let's just go. Which direction should we head in? Before that, please sign the waiver. She passes Egan and me a pen and we each sign. Perfect. Thank you very much. The clerk points to the left. It'll be the 2nd door on the left there. The room attendant will be inside. Thank you for your kindness. Okay. This is all set up, I know it. Oh. The vibrant colors and glinting fake gold of our escape room are a drastic change to the lobby we waited in. Oh, wow. It's certainly something in here. It's briefly fascinating, but it's duller in here than it is in my treasury. But it's so sparkly in here that my eyes hurt from all the fake heaps of gold. Egan points at the walls. Look, they aren't made of gold like mine are. Clearly they ran out of materials. Is that what you're using all the materials you've harvested for? It wasn't my decision. My council outvoted me while building my tribute. That must have been tough. It was. I just barely convinced them to store the golden statue they made of me in the treasury. They loved it so much that nobody believed me when I told them that it was talking to me at night. Cry, cry. Wait, what? Egan nods sagely. Turns out Adele stashed a voice recording inside that spewed curses every night, hoping it'd affect my luck. Andel. Why is it always Andel? Welcome, beautiful, wonderful adventurers. Our room's host spins into view in obnoxiously gaudy garb. You picked a fine, excellent, positively stellar day to escape. Escape. Is this guy seriously doing his own echo sound effects? Tell me, are you ready to hunt for the Pharaoh's treasure and escape before his curse consumes you? You. Huh? If you don't escape this room in time, you'll suffer 1,000,000 years of bad luck. Luck. Observed, though I doubt thou put a dent in mine. Egan taps his chin. That absolves me, but Blue, you may be in danger. I cannot allow that. Please don't take what he's saying seriously. He's giving us this room's setting. Illness and death are all that await those who dare disturb the great Pharaoh's tomb. Buddy, you could stand to be a little lesson to this. I mean, you might as well let him do his job. Whatever they're paying, I doubt it's enough. That sounds like a dreadful curse indeed, yet it is a befitting fate for grave robbers. But, traveler, you are today's ill-fated robbers. Egan grasped my hand. Blue, I was not aware Lynn had sent us to our doom, nor that we would partake in grave robbing. He's joking. This is just a game. Oh, I assure you, this is real, adventurers. His Majesty awaits. You have already passed the threshold. There's no turning back. Back. But can I at least turn down your volume? You have picked a horrible, terrible, no good day to disturb the mighty Pharaoh. And so your trial begins. You have 60 minutes to escape. No more, no less. Our host strikes a pose identical to the sarcophagus on the right and vanishes with a horrid whoosh and a powerful gust of air. Wow, he committed to the bit till the end. How did he even do that? A deafening crack of lightning shakes our room. The lights dim. What the hell? Who dares disturb my tomb? I don't know how to do this. My voice hurts. Okay. 2 more wretched, starry-eyed fools who seek their own destruction. You will not last, just as the previous idiots didn't. But I admire your foolish courage, so I shall give you both the chance to escape. Every 10 minutes you'll receive another curse. You obtain all 6 curses before you're able to escape. Well, I won't spoil my fun by telling you. Mwahahaha. The voice vanishes, and I realize that I'm clinging to Egan. Sorry, I'm bad with loud noises. You may stay as long as you wish. However, I think we've intruded upon a dangerous individual. Again, this is a game, Egan. Nothing bad will happen if we fail to solve all the puzzles to get out. Well, if we knock on the door right now, fret not. I will vanquish our foe. I shall solve these puzzles. It'll ruin the Shiakafizal family name if I fail here. Shiakafizal? That's his last name? I have no hope of repeating it. I cannot bring shame to my family's prestige, nor will I fail the woman I adore. When you're done with your soapbox, interesting declaration. However, you must survive my trials first. The floor rumbles beneath us and splits into a gaping black pit. Huh? What? Wait a second! We're falling? I plummet through the floor and scream. Egan twists through the air and tugs me into his arms. We fall with concerning velocity. Egan lands on his feet with a neat tap, whereas I absolutely would have eaten dirt. Surrounding us is a secure prison filled with cobwebs and skeletons. Not the first pit trap I've ever fallen into, nor the most deadly. Yet it was effective, he says with stars in his eyes. Did they actually drop us through the floor? What kind of dangerous escape room is this? I thought we signed up for a game. Why are we on a Hollywood movie set? As I shared, we've infringed on a dangerous individual. At a glance, this prison has no obvious weaknesses. He sets me down. I shall search for a way out. Wait! I grab Egan's hand, and he's blushing. I'm coming with you. This room needed 2 people, so I'm sure we'll have to solve the puzzles together. Together? Aren't we competing? If we were, why didn't you let me fall? How could I stand aside when the woman I adore is in danger? Uh, why did I even ask? Escape rooms are collaborative. We can't escape if we don't work together. So you take a look on that side and I'll look over here. Oh, good? Good. Egan and I depart for our respective halves of the room. I should look for anything that catches my eye in this massive dungeon. But oh ho ho ho, Lynn. Lynn, just wait until I see you again. Honestly, I mean, she's trying to bring you together. I'm pretty sure this is a whole setup for that. What should I investigate first? Oh, the flashlight on the ground? The lit flashlight on the floor draws my attention most. I bend over and try to lift it off the floor, but unfortunately, it's stuck there. Did they glue it there or something? If I can't move it, then I guess it's stuck there for a reason. But what reason could that be? Guess I'll look around some more. Maybe it's pointing to something that you need to look at? The prison door? The most obvious spot to check would be the door to this prison. I tug on it with all my might. Ugh. Ah! But it won't budge. I just make a fool of myself. I tried that as well, but it didn't move. We could try pulling on it at the same time. Sure. Egan comes over and we each firmly grasp the bars. We tug and yank, but all we have to show by the end of it is our combined huffing and gasping. Blast! Our combined effort did not best this door. Should have known it wouldn't be that easy, and now my hands are raw. Since that's useless, let's try something else. The braziers? I wander over to the braziers. There's ash residue inside each one, but no kindling. I think I could light a fire in these if I had the right item. I better keep an eye out for some. Oh, and I should tell Egan. Egan, I think we can light a fire in these. Keep an eye out for kindling or wood, okay? Of course. The ceiling. You know, I doubt anyone ever looks up in these games. What if they hid something in the ceiling? I scrutinize the ceiling for anything I can use. A tiny square of paper is stuck in one of the corners, but I can't reach it on my own. Egan, come here. I need a lift. He stalks over and lifts me high enough that I can reach the square of paper. Got it! The paper is about as big as the palm of my hand and smells faintly of lemon. Is there anything written on it? I scan the paper, but it's blank. Unfortunately, it's blank. Really, after all that effort, maybe it's invisible ink? Darn, just when I thought we were making progress. Back to the drawing board then. Cobwebs. I prod the various cobwebs around the room. As nothing tumbles out of them, I can only assume they're purely decorative, though they also look like they've already been sifted through. Perhaps Egan already investigated these. I better investigate something else then. The wall. The walls are incredibly solid, but I glide my hands over every last spot. The furthest right portion has a hidden square block that depresses when my hand touches it. I hear the same sound to my left. Egan must have found his. I'm certain we pushed them, yet nothing happens. Let's try again, but at the same time. I nod. We try and give it a try, but the result is the same. It's not working. Seems so. We must be on the right track, but perhaps there's something else we need to do first. But what? I mean, maybe lighting the braziers? The floor. I wander across the dungeon, stepping on every possible stone. The tile I step on sinks beneath my feet. Ugh! I flail to keep my balance. Are you okay? I'm fine. I think I found a floor tile for one of the puzzles. Did you find which of yours is correct? Huh? What do you mean? Instead of answering, Ian jumps across various stone squares on his side of the room. Each one he leaps on sinks into the floor. Oh no! If he has floor on his side, that means... I jump across my stones and uncover 3 more tiles that sink into the floor. Darn it! I'll take that as a sign you've yet to uncover which order we should step on them in. Yeah, you can. Great. Things just got more difficult. Whatever. I'll sort this out after I finish looking around. We're checking on Egan. My mind's fried. I decide to check on Egan. How's it going over there? Find anything? Nothing that'll get us out of this room, but I did acquire these after rooting through some cobwebs. Egan hands me 2 massive blocks of fake plastic wood. Nice find. I'm sure these will be useful. Glad I could help. Let's get back to work.
We check the braziers again?
Egan points to the braziers on the wall. Blue, if you still have that wood I gave you, why not put a piece in each receptacle? Sorry, but I like to hang on to it for now and look a little more, okay? Of course, but don't wait too long. We have a time limit. Since we pressed the floor tiles, I think I can figure things out if I look over the note again.
What note? Oh, the wall note? Oh, sorry. It's the ceiling. What? Oh, sorry. No, I'm looking for my little note.
Come to check on me again, have you? Yes, I was wondering if you found anything else.
What am I supposed to be doing then?
I remember then that I had the note Egan helped me retrieve. It smelled like lemon. Maybe it'll reveal something if I illuminate it with the flashlight. I hold the square in the light, and lo and behold, text appears. Egan, come! There's text on this. He rushes over and leans over my shoulder. The paper reads, there are four crucial questions that point to all the wisdom in the world. But just as gold coins are no use once you pay the ferryman, wisdom must be shared. Where do birds instinctively fly? The answer must be south. Try to catch the sunset in this direction, it will only pass you by. The answer must be east. A place most famous for winter. North. From whence the fine gentleman with the fancy hat. By process of elimination, the answer must be west. Well, they were riddles, but not very good ones at that. I enjoyed myself. Reflecting on it, all these riddles share one thing in common, and that's
Direction?
I think all of these riddles have their answer category in common. Each answer was a direction. The challenge now lies in where we use this information.
I think it's about the floor tiles.
That's a possibility. Let's try pressing them again when we get a chance.
The floor.
Let's. What order would you like to try it in?
Use steps for this one?
Roger. He steps on a south tile while I step on my north tile. Nothing happens. Well, we're way off base somewhere. Perhaps there's another component to this. We don't know for sure that these tiles are laid out north, east, south, and west. We're merely assuming that they are. He has a point. But where else can we get a hint in this room? I'm uncertain, but let's take another look around, shall we?
The flashlight? What about the braziers?
Blue, if you still have that wood I gave you, why not put a piece in each receptive? I toss one block to Egan and we each approach a brazier and place a chunk of wood inside. As I'm stepping away, Egan calls me. As we no longer require that note, why not tear the sheet in half? Perhaps we can add it as kindling. That's a great idea. I tear the paper. We place one strip inside each brazier. Well, that's done. What's next? Let's take another look around the room.
The wall?
Maybe we've solved enough of the room that something's changed with the wall. Egan, can you please push your button on the wall? For you, anything. Again! No more catching me off guard. We push our buttons at the same time and a whoosh sounds behind us from the braziers. Fake fire ignite in them, obscuring the materials we added from view. Nice! We solved another puzzle. Excellent work. Perhaps something else in the room works now. Blue, look closely over the braziers. Those are letters.
Oh, in the shadows of each flame are 4 blocks. Egan's side reads east, west, west, east, and mine read north, south, north, south.
Think we finally got the correct pattern for the floor blocks. We need to try them. Now that we've got the correct patterns for our floor blocks, I race over to mine. One glance at me is enough to tell Egan what we're doing. I suggest he press them in the order the riddles were presented in. I can do that. But what was the order again?
Of the riddle? West was definitely last. I think it's this one.
I tell Egan the order and we step on our corresponding tiles.
Ooh, the door opened.
Blue, I mean Egan, we did it! I rush into him, raising my hand for a high five, but he lifts me into an embrace instead. That we did. Fantastic work. Fantastic work yourself. I can't believe you've never done anything collaborative before. That was amazing. After a squeeze, he sets me down. I'd love to elaborate further, but we still got that time limit. Oops, right. Quick, let's get out of here. We emerged into a damp cave. The entrance behind us seals, but neither Egan nor myself move to stop it. After all, there's no exit out that way, so there's no sense in going back. Unlike the previous room, there are no obvious exits in this cave. Looks like it'll be more difficult to find out this time. Find out the way, rather. Seems like we aren't out of the woods yet. But this is a cave. It's a metaphor, meaning we're still lost and things could take a turn at any time. I see. Fret not. We surpassed our previous challenge. I have complete faith in us to overcome this room as well. You know, I'd be terrified if you weren't here with me. I definitely would have clammed up in the previous room. You are the bravest Earthian I've ever known. That remains true whether or not you panic. Did you forget that I hid behind a plant when I met you? The plant was a lovely shade of green. It accentuated how rosy your cheeks are. Thank you for the compliment, but let's get to work and see what we can find. Certainly, it's unromantic to court you in this dank cave. I turn away from Egan, feeling slightly breathless. I need to focus. What should I investigate first? The backpack? There's a convenient backpack forgotten on the cave floor. Inside are 3 items, a crowbar, a bottle of water, and some rope. Those will be imperative in solving this room. Yeah, let's see where we can use them. The abandoned campfire. Egan has knelt beside the campfire when I decide to search it. Did you find anything here? I haven't, but I believe I know how we're meant to use this. Anytime I've been trapped in a cave, I've hunted for airflow to find the exit. Running water does the trick too, no? Yes, it does. Either work. But we don't have anything to start a fire yet. Let's take another look around. I walk along the water until I reach the mouth of the pond. There's a boulder clogging the pool, but it has a lip that I can hook something onto. I tug onto my crowbar, or tug it out, and tug it into the nook. It fits beautifully. With one deft crank, the boulder lifts. It's a fake rock without any real weight, and there's a hinge that moves the entire contraption. All the water in the pond disappears in the drain beneath the rock. I don't see anything on my side of the pond, despite the effort. Bummer. Blue, there's a bundle of red candles over there, this end of the pond. I race over to Egan. He passes me the bundle he retrieved, but it's definitely not candles. This is actually dynamite. Have you never seen it before? I have not. What is its purpose? To explode, when used correctly. Interesting. So now we can blow something up. Yeah, we're absolutely blowing something up. The walls? As I did in the previous room, I feel along the wall for anything that help us escape. There's a space in the wall made of a different material from everywhere else. It's also cleaner. That's when I find a nook with what looks like a pressure plate. There's definitely something to do over there, but I need specific items first. Okay. The light, the cave floor, and then the light. I scan the floor for anything useful aside from the backpack. I find a small narrow hole on the left side of the cave with something glinting inside it. The object floats on what little water is inside the hole. Wait, if the object only needs a little more water, I have something with me that can do that. I pull out the bottle of water I found in the backpack and pour some into the hole.
The object I wanted floats to the surface. Turns out it's a box of waterproof matches. Handy. Let's look at the light. I raise my hand towards the ceiling in the sky, or the light in the ceiling, hoping to feel any airflow. Unfortunately, what I thought was natural light are actually well-obscured LEDs. As there'll be no climbing out this way, I better turn my attention elsewhere. I wander to the very edge of the cave. While there's clearly another side across from me, I can't reach it. It's easy to reach it as there's no bridge across the gap. There is, however, a stack of wooden planks on the other side, and a lever to the left of them. As I don't see any clear signs of rust, perhaps pulling that lever will create a bridge. What looks to be a switch is on the other side as well. The switch is a box with a handle affixed to the top. 2 wires trail away from the box, but they disappear into a crack in the rock. Based on all that, it's crucial Egan and I get over there as soon as we can. I have an idea. Would you pass me that rope you found earlier? I hand it to Egan. He ties a lasso and tosses the loop over the level and yanks it down. Nice throw. A rumble fills the air and the stack of wooden planks moves. It latches into a secure bridge over the gap. Guess it wasn't all wood to begin with. It was just hard to see from this distance. Thanks, Egan. We can get to the other side now. They're crossing. The box I saw from afar turns out to be a plunger, which means we get to blow something up as a solution to a puzzle. Considering how fancy this escape room has been so far, I'm excited. I haven't blown anything up since Lynn and I last played with fireworks in our childhood. If there's a plunger, then there must be dynamite. And if there's dynamite, then there's somewhere to place it. Time to look around again. Okay, probably the wall? As I did in the previous room, we did that. Okay. Elsewhere. Campfire? With the matches in hand, I return to the campfire. Egan kneels beside it. I pass him the matches and he tugs one out of the damp box. They're fake. These match heads are made of rubber and the wood is plastic. Makes sense. I doubt they want anyone to burn down their set. So Egan makes a striking motion and drops the match in the old campfire. Following an ignition sound, fog billows up from the campfire like fake smoke and travels southeast towards the cave walls. As that's likely illuminating the airflow towards the exit, we ought to follow it to see what's been revealed. Let's. All the smoke from the campfire leads toward this cave walls, specifically to the pressure plate embedded against the portion of the wall that's a different material from the rest. I slot the dynamite into the wall and it snaps into place. That's one less mystery to solve. If Egan and I blow this up now, we can finally leave. Shouldn't we do that then? Sorry, I thought there would be a second option. This is fun. Wait, what do you mean? We can't leave yet? Oh, do we have to... Okay, there's nothing on the floor. We're doing a quick sweep. There's nothing. So, do we just go to the other side of the bridge, question mark? No. The backpack? The abandoned campfire? Sound of water? Okay, but how do I do the walls? I want to do the dynamite. Oh, I thought they took the plunger with us. Okay, so we grab one side of the plunger's bar and pull up. Ready? Ready! We push down at the same time and a massive explosion rocks the room. I cough with a spray of dust that drifts over while Egan waves dust away from his face. The rock wall on the other side collapses into a slope towards the surface. We can leave now. Let's hurry. We must get out of here before we're consumed by the Pharaoh's curse. Has it been 60 minutes, or did we make it out in time? I'm not sure, but I think we have. Now that we've returned, I suppose we're supposed to rob the pharaoh. I think so, but what if there are traps in the room? They'll send us back down. I hope the room attendant won't do that, considering how much effort it took us to escape, but you never know. No matter what, we need to open that tomb to escape. I'll approach, so stay behind me. No, we've come this far as a team. I don't want to split up now. We approach the sarcophagus with bated breath. With every step, my palms grow sweatier, and I swallow to keep my throat from drying out. Our palms brush the sarcophagus, and the sound of lightning cracks through the room. So you've returned, you fools. Not only for your salvation, but for my riches as well. And you managed to make it out before the time limit. You may have surpassed 2 of my trials, but 1 remains. Did you think this was over? That I, the mighty pharaoh, would succumb to mere thieves? This may be my sacred tomb, but soon it shall be decorated with your bones. A giant sarcophagus comes to life before us, with evil glowing eyes and massive shadowy hands. Its enormous body obscures the entire ceiling as it towers over us. Death to all defiers! Ruin to all desecrators! Without knowledge, you too shall not escape me. Only knowledge can defeat me. Answer my questions, or thou shall be no more.
Blue, we've got this.
I'm not entirely certain what we're doing, but sure, let's go. You fools, tell me what the true translation of the little title, Pharaoh, is. Oh no, is this trivia? How do they expect people who tend to just know this stuff?
Panic not, Blue. You have me.
Answer. I mean, is it not Pharaoh? I actually don't know. Egan, help! I don't know.
You assume you can best me with such an easy question. The translation is Great House.
You may have surpassed my first question, but there are three chances at failure yet. Tell me how you should properly address me, the mighty pharaoh. I don't know anything. Egan.
You think you can trick us?
I know none of this.
We already heard you addressed as Your Majesty, the mighty pharaoh.
This is not over yet. I shall vanquish you criminals yet. Look upon me. Am I not divine? I can't. I don't do riddles. Egan points dramatically at the pharaoh.
Huber's soaked coffin. The only divine one in the room is Blue. Look upon her. It is unmistakable, rather.
My face reddens. That persisting sparkle in her eye, despite her tiredness.
Her endearingly Earthian humor. The very cadence of her voice. Look upon her again and tell me, do you not see divinity?
Hey, now isn't the time for that. I asked you because I seriously needed help.
In your eyes,
I see spectacular faith in Thornian Invader. I'm dazzled, so for this round only, that incorrect answer shall be correct. I'm dying of embarrassment. Stop it. Last question. You dare fight back? You dare question the mighty pharaoh? I have all the authority here. You small-minded fools don't even know what that's called. Absolute monarchy. That unfair system has no other name but an absolute monarchy. I don't know if that's right. Oh my god. Correct. I am absolute. Gaze upon me. No, this cannot be. It cannot be. I've been vanquished by mere travelers. My gold! My splendor! No! A white cloud consumes the mighty pharaoh, and he shrinks rapidly within it until he's no more. As he disappears, the room brightens. I'm shocked that we actually defeated him. Egan and I, we beat our escape room.
Begone, foe. Blue and I are the true rulers of this tomb.
Egan, we actually did it.
Not yet. We must claim our prize.
He takes my hand in his and shoves aside the lid on the sarcophagus. 2 massive bags of gold and gems surround a plastic mummy.
One for each of us.
I pluck up mine and Egan collects his. Beneath his bag is a key. That must be for the door. Take it. I'll hold both our spoils. The key unlocks the door. After so long in the escape room, it's a breath of fresh air to be back in the lounge. Goodness, we actually made it out. It's endearing how in awe you are. We are the ultimate team. This was the natural conclusion. That was a lot of fun. Good work. And you as well. Congratulations, adventurers. You successfully defeated the Pharaoh's escape room. I see you found your rewards as well. Please keep them. His stolen gems and coveted wealth are now yours to share. And now that he's mentioned it, what's in these bags we took? I open mine up. The gold coins inside are actually chocolate, and the gems are different flavored hard candy. Oh, yum! Thanks so much. After all our efforts, these are counterfeit. You didn't expect actual gold, did you? We put our very lives at risk for artificial flavoring and sugar. Most people do. I have much left to learn about Earthians, he says as he cries. If you do have any allergies, please let me know. I'll happily adjust your price. Unfortunately for me, disappointment is not an allergy. Sis, brother! Lynn calls to us from across the lobby and runs over with Nabo and Andel. There you are. I've been deathly curious about your escape room. How did it go? It's a lot to get into. We should head out first, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. Egan crosses to Andel and Nabo. Did you two also acquire candy upon your success? We would have if we had succeeded. Huh, wait. You three failed your room? Terribly. I never dreamed I'd bring such shame upon Ornthon. It's less that we failed and more Andy and Nabo cheated until we got kicked out. We were allowed in with our Rubicons. Logic suggests we should have been allowed to use them. Rubicons? Egon indicates his wristwatch. That would be these. I laugh until my side hurts. Oh, that's delightful. I wondered about that in our room, to be honest. Good thing we never tried it. But I absolutely need to hear how things went on your end. My sister links arms with me as I stride towards the exit. Of course, it all started when Nab suggested that he... Okay, so people had fun though, it seems. And it's nighttime now? Or getting to be? Ooh, the sun's setting. After everyone's filled in and before it gets too late, our group gathers on the mothership. Ooh. How do I go back? That's just how she is. Her type of extrovert energy is impossible to win against. Handy, how do I bring down the panel? These buttons here, blushy blush. As the buttons chime and ping, I lean over to Egan. They're getting along very well, huh? They seem even closer than before. Right. Got any gossip, Nabo? Ever the strong silent type, he shrugs, then shakes his head. A familiar screen finally descends. Can I do the honors too? You may. Today's amendment score for day 3 of 3 is... Egan steps away long enough to hit the appropriate buttons. Numbers spin and turn on the screen. The N shows a 0, the second column is another 0, and a number 1 falls in the final spot. Another 100! Excellent job, sis. Today I learned how magnificent working as a team truly is. I'm used to delegation, so it was a stimulating experience. What wasted formality. You had the same score all 3 days. I suppose I'm just that good. Everyone stiffens when Nabo smiles. It's the first time he's shown an emotion other than boredom. Aw, see, aren't we all getting along? Nabs, that's illegal. Your appeal is off the charts when you smile. Wait, I made him laugh? Really? If we're done here, I suggest we eat. My last decent meal was breakfast, and I'm feeling it. Aw, Nabs, don't be like that. Already am. But your smile barely lasted a second. That I gave you a second is miracle enough. Will you smile again if we let you choose the restaurant? No. Please, Nabs? Not you too. It was a rare thing to behold. Nabo's smile. After a group dinner at a nearby restaurant, my sister encourages our party to walk along our city's beach. Andel, Nabo, and Lynn are ahead of us. Egan's walking slowly with me. Long walks on the beach. I'm pretty. To avoid getting sand in our shoes, Egan and I walk barefoot along the water. The beach sunset is a pink and orange marvel. The gentle ebb and flow of the water, the easy breeze, it's so picturesque that I feel that I'm dreaming. It is very pretty. I reach a more sandy portion and stop to stare out over the waves. Blue, I stare beside me at Egan. While I had the chance, I wanted to thank you. These past 3 days have given me an incomparable joy. It's been 3 days already. Yes, it has. Then our time together is... Egan nods wordlessly and stares at the sea. Thank you again. You've taught me so much during my time here. Many were lessons that'll be pivotal should I reign. Come now, I don't think I have renewed purpose thanks to you, Blue. I mean that. I never went home out of fear that I never went home out of fear that I may never meet my parents' high expectations, and I couldn't bear the idea of disappointing them. But even when I made a dreadful fool of myself or failed, your patience and kindness with me persisted. It seems so simple now, the realization that I need not be perfect. Others have always made up for what I lack, and I will continue to do so. After spending time on this planet, I leave with the conviction that working together not only yields superior results, but is also more fulfilling. Bud and Adele and Nabo shared how much your fleet has done for you. Bud and Adele and Nabo shared how much your fleet has done for you. Yes, however, my calls were always final. I micromanaged everything down to the most minute detail, and I never processed how stressful that was. As such, please accept my sincerest gratitude. He smiles so warmly that my breath stops. I won't forget you. It dawns on me that this is really it. Thornthonians leave tomorrow. No, Egan leaves tomorrow. And what are we going to do about it? Afterwards, it'll just be Lynn and me. No matter how many times I step outside or stare into the sky, I won't see Egan again. I have no hope of ever communicating with him once he returns to the vastness of space. Egan points towards the others, with a blush. That's all I had to say. Shall we catch up with them? When I don't follow, he stares back at me. Blue? It's so hard to breathe. I had so much fun today, but now I feel so heavy. Staring at him it's... On my next blink, Egan's blurry. Blue, you... He steps forward and his hands come up. There's liquid pouring from your eyes. How do I make it stop? I'm going to miss you so much. So damn much. Egan pauses. I swipe at my tears, but they keep coming, and all the swallowing and sniffling worsens it. Why was I so stubborn? I thought I'd be less sad when this time came around if I kept my distance, and yet... Egan manifests a handkerchief from his wristwatch and dabs at my eyes with it. What do I do? I'm going to miss you. I won't forget you either. He's losing the battle against my tears. Egan, we're gonna say, but I'm gonna say I like you too, because I'm a romantic anyways. I like you too. I'm an idiot. Why am I telling you so late? Why am I only realizing it now? He presses my face against his shoulder as he embraces me. A kiss falls on my forehead, then my brow. I warned you about saying awful things about your favorite person, remember? About my favorite person, rather. Blush. You're not late. You never could be. What do? I can't go with you. Lynn's here. My life's here. I understand how much you care about your sister. I will not separate you two, no matter how immense my desire. We'll stay in contact. There are numerous ways to do so. Don't you remember Greet Up? A laugh breaks up my sobs, rather. Not that disastrous app. That fortuitous app allowed us to meet, but if you'd rather not use it... Egan removes his Rubicon with 2 deft clicks. He gently lifts my left wrist and clicks the device into place over it. The moment it's on, he taps 8 buttons in succession, and the tech transforms into an incredibly lightweight digital watch. I built this Rubicon myself. It'll serve you well, and no matter what, I'll always be a call away should you speak it. He has several other buttons and walks me through the interface. There's a built-in distress signal as well. You'll have to press and hold this button here for 10 seconds, but I will come. However, keep in mind that if you hit that button, I'll be coming back to conquer Earth for putting you in distress. I ugly sniffle, yet he's never looked more smitten. I'm going to message you every day. Please do. It's seriously going to be so many messages that you'll flag me for spam. Why would I mistake your messages for canned meat? When I laugh that time, he grins. That one was on purpose. You knew what I meant. I did, and on occasion, have. But since you laugh every time, I keep chasing that high, as Earthians say.
These two are so sweet. I'm literally just over here. I'm just like, wow, they're so sweet. I'm just so into it. I'm just like reading the lines and I'm like, okay, this is so sweet.
He's adorable. So adorable that I reach out and tug him towards me. His soft lips meet mine, and he squeezes me closer like he can't get enough. He's really warm. It's ridiculous how safe and cherished I feel in his arms.
Ooh, cute little kiss during sunset on the beach.
Ah, Bland G was a success. Andy, Nabs, the poppers. Egan and I glance over at the trio when the firecrackers go off. Colored paper and confetti rain down over Egan and I. This is the only time I'll root for your happiness, Egan. Woohoo! Success! Grats. We didn't have to break out the emergency water guns either. Can you three go away? You're interrupting our moment. Adele yanks a string on another popper and showers Egan and I in more confetti. Embarrassing you is my sworn duty. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me, Andel. Well, there's only one proper way to do things now. I snatch a popper from Lynn and snap it over Andel. He screams as he's smothered in glitter and darts away. No, I specially made those poppers. I was going to glamorize Egan's quarters to an unbearable degree. Well, instead it's your turn. Get him, Egan. It's Team Blue versus Team Lynn. Egan lunges into action and seizes all the remaining firecrackers before anyone else can react. He tosses me my share, which I snap up. Nabo secures one of the water guns and slides behind a rock for cover. Mercy. Please, he'll never come off. I'll help you clean off. Nabo fires the water gun at Andel, but each blast misses the heaping amounts of glitter on him. Blah. That was my mouth, you. You're doing that on purpose. But Nabo, I'm going to bury you all in a vat of fish until your DNA changes. Grump. Wow, he's smiling again. Quick, he's wide open. Got him. Ugh, enough. Lynn, help. But she cracks one open on him too. Sorry. Love ya. The betrayal. I tend to all our records, you cretins. Think of the books. The books.
What a nice lighthearted moment on top of the cute wholesomeness. Okay, so we're going to keep in touch with Egan via our Rubicon. And that's it. Wow. That was really cute. I know that I could make different decisions, but I'm pretty satisfied by that. I definitely think that it was important for Blue to confess that, like, she really likes Egan and that they'll figure it out. And I'm sure they will. We can imagine that they'll stay together and things will work out beautifully, and I love them. But that was really sweet, and I'm really glad that I got to play this. I would highly recommend checking this game out for yourself, and playing some of the other choices if you'd like. If people do want me to, and they request that I play the other choices, I will. Though I will leave it here just because I really am satisfied with how the story has turned out. And it has been very cute. And I honestly wasn't too sure of what to make of, like, the general premise at first. Like, I like playing games just because they have interesting, an interesting premise. But I actually really like this one. So I'm glad that I was able to play it after this long while. And I hope that you have liked it too. we're gonna see if there's any like ending post credit like scenes. So we'll see. But in the meantime, if you haven't already liked the video, please press the like button. And please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more playthroughs of visual novels that I like to do. Again, Love Limit is an entry to Otome Jam 2024, so I am so glad that I've been able to play it, and we'll see if I play more Otome Jam 2024 games right now, but I really love the game jam, so I probably will, to be honest. This is so pretty. What happens? Does like Egan end up like ruling? I want to know. We need to know. I like the seagulls. Okay. Ooh, there's more. I slid an envelope onto my boss's desk. What is this? I thought you clocked out already. I rest my hands in my lap as I stare at my boss. She's seated across from me behind her desk. My resignation letter. She takes a deep breath and flips the envelope between us face down. Miss Reeves, you built a promising career here. Are you sure about this? I've never been more sure about anything in my life. Is this a 2-week notice? It's a today notice. I won't be coming in starting tomorrow. Considering you vanished from work for 3 days without a single phone call, I've been extremely lenient with you, and now this. With all due respect, things like this are why I'm quitting. You brought up that countless times in the past year and a half as an excuse to make me do overtime. Unless you live under a rock, you know I was busy saving the planet during those 3 days. Why don't I reciprocate your honesty today and admit that I don't believe you? I never have. You're too old for make-believe, Miss Reeves. Aliens aren't real. Admit you played hooky, then I'll remove the demerits you received with those absences. Well, I must be an angel to have dealt with this lady as a personal secretary for the past 5 years. You're about the only person on this planet who refuses to believe me. Thankfully, we won't be troubling one another anymore, since I'm quitting today. I need you. Finish out the week and train your replacement. I appreciate what I've learned here, but today was my last day. As such, I won't be doing that. Besides, I've spent the last year settling everything that would have worried me during my travels. I vacate my seat and tilt my head just enough to be polite. Take care of yourself. She sits up in her seat, seemingly finally understanding I'm serious. Get back here, Reeves. I pivot and stride out of the door. Hey, Reeves, this is extremely unprofessional. Well, good for you, girl. You're leaving. I exit the building and stand on the sidewalk downtown. The sun's bearing down on me, but there's an occasional cool breeze. I quit. I'm finally free of that atrociously named building. Goodbye, office job. Farewell, petty office politics, passive-aggressive emails, and all people of all manner people in positions that infuriatingly surpass their intelligence. Feel good today. Maybe I should get some ice cream before I set out for my trip. Ice cream is always a good idea. It's been 1 year and 6 months since Orthonians departed. A lot has changed for me since then. Lynn and I own the house we used to rent. She initiated a buyout after our matchmaking business took off. Oh, awesome. Her work between Egan and I was the story of the century, according to the journalists and news outlets. As she limited the information she shared with them, everyone wanted the scoop. She blogged about it online instead. Between that and covering drama in various communities, her streaming gig took off. Nice. Although she was doing well, I stressed that I'd still work so we had a safety net. But since I said that, Lynn's whittled me down, or as she always does. She apparently hates my boss too much for me to tough it out at Lore Ispum Designers, a poorly named business she hates as much as I do. Heck, I worked there for 5 years and you still couldn't convince me it's not named that because someone forgot to change the dummy text on the sign. Lol. Whatever, it's no longer my circus, as I'm no longer their 9-to-5 monkey. As the older sibling, it's my pride and joy to be right, but I've surrendered to Lynn again. It feels liberating to be unemployed. I close the door behind me as I return home. Lynn's probably still streaming. Bestie, I had a stellar hangout with you today. Today's ED drink is my take on dessert. Eaten mass. I pull up her stream on my phone as I overhear her in the kitchen.
The chat zooms by with hundreds of cocktail emojis, a known signature for her, since sharing a drink recipe in her video is her video ending tradition. As always, I'll drop the recipe for this cocktail in the description. Mods are sharing links if you'll chill for a second. Both joy and cocktail emotes fly by in the chat. This drink is summery, delicious, and best of all, pink. It's a crime to sleep on it. I want to hear all about it while discussing next time's drama. Until then, siv on and carry on. The stream ends and my sister bounces out of the kitchen towards me. Welcome back. How did it go? Did her face twist up like she ate 1,000 lemons? Kinda. She didn't believe I was quitting. Of course she didn't. You're a good egg that never took a sick day in the 5 years you've worked for her. What matters is that I'm free of her now. That may be so for you, but her office can't burn down fast enough for me. Don't say something so terrible. There are at least 2 good people who work there. Huh. Anywhoosie, when's brother-in-law coming? You're packed and ready to go, right? I am. What about you? I've been ready to go. I have 15 videos recorded and queued. Following our return from Ornthon, I'll have so much to talk about. I'm sure your viewers will love it, but be sure you clear everything with Andel, okay? I wouldn't want her exposing Ornthonian secrets on accident. I tapped my Rubicon. Egan should be picking Lynn and I up in about 10 minutes. I can't wait to see him. We've kept in touch, but I miss being with him in person. He should be on the way, but perhaps I should reach out first. Message him? I wonder what you two were texting each other. You're as red as a strawberry. Hush, you. Long distance has been hard on Egan and I, but I'm lucky that we message one another every day. Plus, he calls me on Sunday nights, as if we're in the early 90s. I have countless late nights where hanging up is the hardest thing to do. I miss him, so of course I flirt with him whenever the opportunity arises. He's adorable when he blushes, yet he gives as good as he gets. We've gotten a bit too rowdy at times, as more often than not he's been reprimanded by Andel for turning the mothership towards Earth. There was one especially close call where he sent me detailed instructions on how to teleport to him using my Rubicon. Naturally, I told him he's more experienced with teleportation, and also that my bedroom is comfier. After I was screeched at by Andel, thanks to Egan's impromptu bedroom renovation, I've been containing myself. Egan, however, has taken it as an opportunity to relentlessly goad me. He'll be lucky if I don't tackle him on sight. I click past Egan's lovey-dovey messages and ask him where he is. There are about 2 minutes left for him to arrive on time. The house is shaking. I listen for the familiar hum of the mothership. Do you think he'll be late again? Our doorbell rings. Does that answer your question? Lynn crosses to the door, but Egan appears before me in a shower of particles and tugs me into a tight embrace. I squeeze him back, but it doesn't feel like enough. He's everything. The more of him I grab and pull against me, the closer he holds me. The piece of my soul I'd been without has finally returned. He cups my face in his palms as he eases back. Blue, you're even more stunning than I remember you. Wretched scrimp. How many times did I tell you to use the door? I'll be bald next month from all the stress you give me. Hi, Andel. Let him have his moment. As the official face of Ornthon, he must carry himself with dignity. Andel's anger melts away like cotton candy in water the second he sees Lynn. Lynn. Hi, Andy. I'm glad to see you again. He turns so red and mute before her that I'm speechless. He's so into her. I suppose being down bad may just be an Ornthonian trait. I jolt when teeth graze my shoulder. Focus on me. I've longed to see you. Pouty face. I am. You embraced me before I could tackle you. And what comes after the tackling? You can tackle him now? I shift my weight and leap onto Egan. He's ready for it and uses all my momentum to scoop all of me up against him. I hope you'll enjoy your time on Ornthon. I'm both nervous and eager to show it to you. I'm sure it'll be amazing. If its ruler is any indication of what I can't expect. He looks at me as if I'm his entire universe from the praise. I've warned you so many times not to look at me like that, you know. I'm weak to it. Like what? Tell me. His grin tells me he's doing it on purpose. Fetch their bags. We'll depart immediately. Yet Egan carries my things himself up to the spaceship. My trip is supposed to be 6 months maximum, but now that I've seen him and confirmed how happy being with him makes me, I'll think I will extend my stay for as long as I'm able.
I mean, you have the house. You bought it out, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, this is so cute. The little heartsies. Wow. Here are all the lovely people. All noon and quaxolotl. We love it. Okay. Well. Oh. We need to go back and exit. That is the end of Love Limit. I'm so glad we got those ending scenes and that Blue and Egan have been reunited, as well as Andel and Nabo, and specifically Andel and Lynn, and things have been going well with like Lynn and Blue as well. It's very sweet. This is so cute, and I absolutely love it. So thank you again for watching me play Love Limit and joining me on this beautiful journey. If you have thoughts you'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. I feel like I'm gonna be sad once I like leave the title screen here, but that just happens whenever I read really, really great stories. But anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time with something new. Bye!